So hello guys, today we will talk about our kidneys, one of the main organs, yes, that perform different functions, important functions in our body. So acute kidney failure, I hope that you can see this. Yes, and acute kidney failure, so we'll talk about like general plan. Yes, we will talk about the pathogenesis, which is also very important. Then we will talk about diagnosis. Actually, I would do like this. Diagnosis is really important. So why? Because with the diagnosis, we can differentiate acute kidney failures from the chronic kidney failures. So that's why it's really important. And then we will talk about the types of the acute kidney failure by causes or etiology. So, hello guys, I hope you are doing well. Now we will talk about acute kidney failure. Yes, and in my previous lectures, actually, I explained about the physiology of the kidneys, about the anatomical structure of the kidneys, and now let's talk about pathology. Acute kidney failure. Yes, acute kidney failure. And this video, I hope we will talk about the pathogenesis of the acute kidney failure. Then we will talk about the causes, about the etiology of the acute kidney failure, and of course about diagnosis of the acute kidney failure, pathogenesis, etiology, and diagnosis. So I think we can start. Let's start from the etiology. Why? Because it's important. We have to know when we can have this disease, yes, acute kidney failure. And actually it's one of the I would say serious, yes, or severe cases, because our kidney perform very important functions to regulate our water balance, then the acid-base balance. And actually, the kidney also produce hormone called the erythropoietin. And this erythropoietin is really important in the process of the erythropoiesis, in the process of the formation of the red blood cells. So, and now regarding to this etiology of the acute kidney failure, and actually because of the causes of this acute kidney failure, they are divided into three types, or three like main groups, how we can differentiate them and see that the reasons of this occurrence. First, it's impaired blood flow to the kidney. Impaired blood flow. Second, direct damage. And third, blockage of the urine. Okay, blockage of the urine. So I said that kidney failure is really dangerous. So why? Yes, let's make one arrow as well. And here I would write that actually when our kidney suddenly become unable to filter waste products. And why I said suddenly? Because I think that it's main thing how we can differentiate them from chronic types, from chronic kidney failure, because chronic kidney failure, they occurs gradually, and from, actually it's connected with the previous illnesses such as high blood pressure or diabetic patients, and they can develop this chronic kidney failure. But in acute kidney failure, it's mostly occurs suddenly, and also it's so. Okay, we continue. By etiology, as I said before, they can be impaired blood flow, direct damage to the kidney, for example, nephrotoxic effects or impact to the kidneys, and also third, it's blockage of the urine, and all these three factors can lead to the acute kidney failure. So actually, I was talking about that acute kidney failure. Firstly, it occurs suddenly. Then, when kidneys became unable to filter waste products. Now, guys, please keep in your mind that, you know, one of the major functions of our kidney is filter waste products. Why? Because waste products, as it says, waste. We don't need, our organism don't need them. That's why they have to be removed from our organism by urine. And what happens if our kidney cannot remove these waste products? Waste products is what? Which way waste products? Creatinine, urea, uric acid. If our kidneys stop removing them, then it can lead to the intoxication of the organism with these waste products. And okay, now I think that it's clear, yes, like how they can occur here by this scheme. And now we'll talk about etiology. Please write down them here. As you see, I don't have enough place for writing there. Etiology, impaired blood flow. Now I will stop on each of them. Impaired blood flow. Actually, our kidneys, yes, they are supplied by the renal artery. And the renal artery is branch of the abdominal aorta. Abdominal aorta is branch of the aorta, yes, because aorta has the thoracic part, abdominal part, and they all take blood from our heart. And let's imagine that if some problems had happened in our heart. Okay, let me write here. This one, okay, I will continue in another page. So here again, this three main causes: impaired blood flow, damage to kidneys, and also blockage of the urine. So as you see here, impaired blood flow. For example, you work in company, yes, in big company, and it's our heart, this big company. And this big company gives money to their employers. It's our arteries, yes. Employer 1, employer 2, and employer 3. And let's say that our heart, yes, or company director will, I don't know, maybe go somewhere. And he said that, no, I'm not going to work. And what happens? This employer stop getting money. Stop getting money. And they also leave the work. And this leads closure of the company. And like in this situation as well, for example, this heart, they give the branches, yes, like thoracic aorta, abdominal aorta, the renal artery. And for example, if our heart doesn't work there, doesn't work properly, what happens? They will not give enough blood to our renal artery. And if renal artery will not get enough blood, then it will lead to the acute kidney failure. It cannot perform their functions properly, and that's why it happens. For example, it can impair the blood flow, let's say heart diseases. Yes, maybe here. Heart diseases. It can be heart attack. Actually, we know that blood, the main function of the blood is deliver the nutrients, oxygen, and the other necessary things to our cells. For example, our cells in tissues. And if this impaired blood flow, for example, renal artery, yes, if they do not get enough blood, then cells will die because we have to eat to live. We have to eat in order to live. That's why if blood are not delivered to our kidney cells, then they start to die. And that's why they cannot perform their functions. Okay, here again. Actually, this heart disease, heart attack, blood flow impaired, and as we know that blood is the main source for our eating, and we have to eat in order to live. And if we don't eat, then we die. And same happens with. So guys, we talked about that impaired blood flow, they can lead to the heart. For example, not lead. Impaired blood flow actually caused by the heart diseases, maybe heart attack, infection, dehydration, or severe burns. And as I explained, I think that you would really remember this sentence. We have to eat in order to live. Impaired blood flow, meaning that renal artery cannot get enough blood. That's why the cells will die and do not perform their functions. Second cause, it's damage to the kidneys. Second, it's damage. It's second. And third case. So second, it's damage to the kidneys. Damage can be, for example, blood clots that are formed in the veins or maybe in arteries around the kidney, maybe some drugs, glomerulonephritis, infections, toxins, or alcohols. And third, it's blockage of the urine. Blockage of the urine, for example, urinary obstruction. And actually how it occurs, we know that if it's our kidneys, yes, actually I draw really bad, so in their pelvis, yes, and here our ureters, and the main function of our ureters is just convey, yes, this urine that was formed within the kidneys to the bladder, So, and if, for example, formation of the tumors in the ureters, or maybe they are compressed by the other organs, and anatomically there, for example, colon is located, and the cancer of the colon or bladder of the colon can lead to the obstruction, to the narrowing of the size of the ureters, and that's why they cannot